Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 189. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Was it
because
88 last
last
week? Wow,
week
we're
was...
just like doing it weekly, so the number just keeps growing. It's weird. Anyways, I'm Naturally Nitty, aka Jessica. Yeah.
Okay, my thing... Okay, sorry, I didn't hear you because my thing totally muted.
That's so funny.
It put the volume all the way down, so...
You're ready to introduce yourself now.
Okay, we're sorry. This is November 2nd. I'm Alina, also known as Starnitz. This is our weekly podcast. If you're a first-time watcher, welcome. If you're a regular, thanks for coming back. Planning podcast.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So pull up a chair and a notebook, and you're knitting and craft along with us.
Well, people who use notebooks are awesome.
Whatever.
Also nerdy because, yeah.
I like writing things down.
Me too.
Anyways, so planning podcast. It's the last month of the term, so your
all the
newts
advanced
and
studies are due.
owls will be due at the end of the month. When is order mission due? 6th through the 19th.
I know, I'm not even close.
Actually, I saw on Instagram, I forget who it was, someone just finished that shawl.
Did they?
It was someone from the House Cup, and I'm blanking on the name right now. I'd have to go and look at it, but it looked really pretty. Shoot, now that's gonna really bug me. Anyways, Quidditch. There's gonna be something going on the 8th through the 28th for Nifflers. I have no idea. I haven't read it.
Still do Billywigs right now through today.
Through the 2nd.
I'm not sure what it is because I really suck at Quidditch.
I've been slacking too.
I think it's the height. I don't like highness.
Anyways, Headmistress Challenge,
which you can totally do along with our cardio challenge.
Oh,
30 minutes of exercising, and then you just do 10 minutes of stretching, and then meditation, and then you can turn it in.
There you go. I remember you reading about that. Yeah, and that's through the 14th.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get started with the classes. You read the first one, so I'm going to let you talk about it first.
All right. For History of Magic, we're studying the Kappas. Students, for this month, we would like you to create something inspired by the sensei story, be that of the creature's actual description or something to scare away muggles. Or a muggle. So basically, they made up stories to keep people away from them, to keep them safe.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So yeah. Go read the story. I didn't put the story in my notes. So go read it.
I will. Potions. I had potions. Strengthening solution. This month, we are crafting a single item of the House Cup standards with 2 distinct parts. This could be a project with 2 distinct color sections, 2 different stitch sections, or 2 different crafts combined, like a knit shawl with a crochet border. Submission should take note of the 2 parts. Note that for this prompt, 2 color stripes will not be accepted as they represent repetition rather than 2 distinct potion stages. Please see the FAQs. And then I copied the FAQs. So the first one is, can I submit... Oh no, stop scrolling. I have to find my spot. Okay. Can I submit multiple items for this class as 2 distinct parts? No. A student should submit a single item according to the House Cup standards. This includes blanket square, a single blanket square, a single hexapuff, a pair of socks, a pair of mittens, etc. To be clear, 2 blanket squares will not count as 2 distinct parts. However, two socks or two mittens will be considered two distinct parts. The second question, is two color striping considered to be two distinct color sections? No. Two color striping is a repetition of two colors, not two distinct parts. And then the third question is, can I use self-striping pattern or variegated yarns? No. Projects using the color option should be from two different skeins of yarn, representing two brewing stages, not the result of pre-printed or pre-patterned yarn. How many distinct parts can my project include? A project should include two distinct parts. There is no more or less than two. So, two.
Do it.
Two. So, if you do like a simple colorwork hat, which is, I have a pattern that it's just two colors, that would work perfectly.
Two.
If you're doing like a hat like Jessica's owls, there's two parts because crochet and knit.
Boom.
If you're dyeing, I think you would use the colors in that option. It didn't actually say anything about the colors.
I wonder if you could do a mashup. One
braid
braid and another braid mashed
together. Yeah,
together.
so spinning two distinct parts because you're mashing them up, two distinct fibers into one yarn. Okay, so that is actually kind of a cool one. I think I might knit a colorwork hat. I don't know though, but maybe.
Fun.
Because those are a lot of fun to do. Like someone was on Instagram, Fiber Brunette Knits, was knitting the herringbone pattern. It might have been on Facebook, but she linked it to me, and it's just two colors and a hat, and she said it's really addicting to knit. So I was looking at that earlier. So that sounds cool. Because I don't have any... Did you just spill your coffee?
No, it was my tablet almost fell off. It's like balancing on my knee.
Oh, okay. But I really don't have any like projects planned for this month, so I was hoping the classes would inspire me, and that potions inspires me.
It's a cool prompt. It's like open yet very not strict, but you know what I mean, like two.
Yeah.
I like
just
it.
Got to restrict yourself to two colors.
I like it. Okay, so moving on to Muggle Studies. This class is about pink elephants that we all know are really called puckwudgies. Wedgies?
That sounds good.
For this homework, please craft something you could carry within your pocket to distract your Muggle friends from this fantastical beast. Yes, it would need to fit in your pocket. Anything that might distract the Muggles' attention from a puckwudgie, like an eye-catching shimmering strands of unicorn hair or a splash of potion to confuse the Muggles' dyers, will be acceptable. You may also show a crafted argamini. Why can I never
amigurumi?
I can never say that word. Amigurumi?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. I don't know why I can never say that. Of fantastical creatures. Wizards, we know fantastical creatures on site, but show a Muggle one as a toy to explain the Pugwudgie's sighting due to overexcited imagination is wise. These crafted amigurumis, I said it right, may not fit in a pocket, but as a toy would not need to be hidden from Muggles.
Sweet.
So you can make cool creatures. That's fun. Pink elephants always reminds me of Dumbo, which is one of my favorites movies from childhood. Let me just say that.
That's awesome.
Well, this is fun though. You can make all sorts of things.
But some amigurumi will fit into a pocket.
They will, so they'd fit in both options.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah. I wonder if you can make any creature. Or
It says any of a fantastical creature.
So I wonder if you can make your Pokemon things.
Probably.
Cool. I don't really have any ideas for that yet.
I don't either. Though I should do the Pokemon. But, yeah. Maybe.
I saw a Pokemon family when we were trick-or-treating. It was pretty
That's
fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of Pikachus.
Like the whole it was like a group thing, though.
That's awesome.
It was cute. I laughed.
So, next up is healing. We are doing the Ferula charm. Craft a splint or a bandage, or craft something with 2 or more strands of yarn held at the same time to help strengthen bones. Spinners, spin with 2 or more plies. Dyers, dye yarn with 2 or more plies. That's really wide open.
Oh, so just you can't dye a single strand of something?
Yeah, it needs to have 2 plies.
Okay.
Which most commercial yarn that you're dyeing will. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wide open.
I guess they just don't want you dyeing like roving then, because it's only it's not plied. So yeah, that's cool because 2 or more. So you could also do a mashup for this one too.
Oh, you could. Excuse me.
And then a splint or a bandage, which you could do like a scarf or a shawl and say it's a bandage. So that's cool.
I like mashups.
Yeah.
Ugh, my thing froze again. I hope it doesn't turn off.
I can still hear you.
I can still hear you, so I think we'll be okay. All right.
Am I making a funny face?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
You almost look like Grumpy Cat.
Awesome.
In a good way. Okay. Sorry. Oh, now I see you. You were like this.
Awesome.
Okay. Habitats of magical creatures, the Ashwinders. This month we want you to consider the properties of the fire. Either the colors or the pattern/textures of the flames. We will accept non-Ravelry crafts only, based on the patterns and textures of the flames, not just the colors. Oh.
Okay.
So you can't just have flame colors.
So it would need to look like a flame.
Mm-hmm.
So something that would be fun to make for that is an amigurumi calcifer from the
Howl's Moving Castle?
Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle, which I've seen a pattern for that. I think it's in my actual queue.
I might want to make that. I love Calcifer. He's so cool.
Yes. So that would be a fun one to do because he is a flame.
He is.
He is, totally. Also a heart. But, oops, I just spoiled that movie for you. Sorry. Feeding of magical creatures. Murtlaps. Create food for the murtlap by creating an object shaped like a crustacean, crab, lobster, etc. Or that contains crustacean. Spinners and dyers and weavers create something in the color of a crustacean in the wild. Alternatively, create something that would protect your feet while feeding the murtlaps, because they will eat your feet if you step on them. They look like rats with like purple tentacles on the back. If you go into there, they have a really cool picture. So, FAQ.
Slippers.
Do only socks count as foot coverings? Answer. If you show us your project actually attached to your foot in some way, we will accept it. Just saying a project is a foot covering is only acceptable if it is actually socks. So if you're going to go that route, like say you knit a hat, you need to put it on your feet and take a picture.
Cool.
And also the color option is only for spinners, dyers, and weavers. So you can't just craft in the colors and expect to turn it in if you're knitting and crocheting.
Good to know.
So, yeah. But, like, you could do shrimp. That's a crustacean, isn't it?
Yes. What's the definition of a crustacean? Is it the hard, like,
outer shell, right?
Exoskeleton? I don't know. You'd have to look into that.
But that could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But really, if you could put it on your feet and take a picture of it, you could turn it in.
Dude, you could wrap a skein of yarn around your feet.
Well, I was thinking the yarn you could put in a shape of a...
Oh, like a snail?
Of like a crab or not a crab, a shrimp, like curvy like that. I don't know.
You can get creative. Half the time, like, I know we do these planning podcasts, but I don't plan half the time. I just, like, do things, and then at the last day of the month, I read the classes again and figure out where I can put all my things.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. That's procrastination at its best. But I also sometimes have an idea of stuff, but whatever.
Anyways. I almost never do.
Safe handling of magical creatures. This month is the hippogriff, and it went on to say how the last student who didn't listen broke his arm or whatever. Draco.
I'm dying.
And how you need to have respect for these creatures and blah, blah, blah. For your homework this month, craft something that shows respect for another or for someone you love and respect. So that's pretty open.
That is pretty
wide open. Yeah.
I think I want to make fingerless mitts. We talked about this last week.
We did.
And so that could go easily in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I could also put them on my feet and take a picture.
You could.
But I would probably do it for safe handling. So next up is grooming of magical creatures. Phoenixes.
Phoenixes.
I don't know. For homework this month. Sorry, this needs a space. Okay. We would like you to choose a beast and make it look pretty. You may also find that what you thought would be easy is actually more difficult, and vice versa. It's an interesting side effect of grooming magical beasts. You can choose to groom a phoenix, the easy option, by crafting an adornment for your phoenix, perhaps a lovely collar or a tracking bracelet, or by crafting something to represent the color of the phoenix, red, yellow, or orange. Or go with the hard option to groom a winged horse by crafting something with a difficult technique, perhaps something like a Latvan braid, like you're braiding your horse's mane or tail, or spinning or dyeing yarn as fine as a horse's hair, like lace weight. Non-Ravelry crafts will be accepted this month without prior approval as long as they fit one of the options. FAQ. I got all the FAQs classes this week. So, what counts as complicated for the winged horses option? As with owls, as for the answers to this will most likely vary per crafter. If it's complicated and hard for you, and you can explain this in your turn-in with your turn-in, then you should be good to go. Will lacelet weight singles count for spinning, even if they're plied to a heavier weight? Yes, as long as the single can be counted as late weight, we will accept it. So take a picture of your reps per inch before you ply, if you're doing that.
Good to know.
So if you are spinning lace weight, though, you probably should have started yesterday. It takes a long time to spin lace weight.
It does. That it does.
So, that's our planning podcast. I hope it helped you plan, or at least get some ideas. Back to our regularly scheduled podcast.
Mojo.
We should have some mojo because it's the end of the month.
I had mojo.
Yay! What did you do?
Okay, so I finished those owl hats.
Yay!
There's Chloe's. The
Awesome.
eyes, I like crocheting and everything, but I hate doing fiddly little stuff and then having to seam it together. I hate it.
Yeah.
So like it took me like 2 days to like attach everything and anyway, so there's Chloe's and there's Leah's.
They're
And
cute.
I totally like the eyes, they're not perfect.
They look cute.
And I think looking at the picture of the pattern, like the color should have been bigger, like an extra row or so. Yeah,
I think they look good.
I didn't do it perfectly, and I kind of I like used the pattern as a guide. Like first of all, the hat was knit flat, which I didn't do, and then the eyes, and then like even like the wings, like they had to do like two separate triangles, and then you're supposed to like sew them on. So like I like knit one and then picked up live stitches and knit down for the other one. So I had less seaming to do. But still. Anyways, 2 hats. Yay. And I didn't even turn them in for detention.
What?
Because I forgot. But I turned something else in for detention, so you can only have 1 detention point, so it's fine. So that's that. I also made some dishcloths.
Those are very Christmassy.
Yeah, I was just using...
That bottom one looks like Christmas trees almost, like at a fast glance.
This
like
one?
Christmas tree.
Oh,
no,
shoot.
the other one.
I paused. Or I froze on mine. Oh, this one?
Yeah. It looks like little Christmas tree gnomes or something at the bottom.
Yeah. Anyway, so I made those and I turned them in for something. I forget what. Just quick crocheted. Mine at home are getting kind of
Yucky.
Yeah.
Mine are too.
Or some have holes and whatnot. So I needed some. So I did that. Sorry about that. Okay. So I only had those 2 things for knitting and crochet wise.
I have one thing. And it's a long thing. It is a big old scarf.
It is a big old scarf.
So it's like super long. I calculated how much I used. I used like a skein and a half of this, so it's like 400 yards per color, 200 yards per color, so 400 or something like that. That's what I finished, and I turned it in for the water horse one, Kelpies, because it's a lasso. So yeah.
Cool.
But that's all that I have finished. Works in progress.
I'm making another dishcloth. They're easy and mindless, so I've been doing it when I need something easy and mindless. And I'm just like using up scraps and not really caring if they go together because they wash dishes. And
yeah, I need to start doing that.
So yeah, that's all I'm working on. But
like I have
also
a dishcloth that's halfway done that I should finish for detention.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna run and get something real quick. It's like 2 feet away.
Okay. Well, I am working on my order mission, and that's the only work in progress I have because I'm not actually planning anything for this month yet. Let me finish this row and I'll show you it. Like I don't actually have anything planned for this month, which is why I was glad we had a planning podcast.
Oh, well,
but yeah. So I have this order mission.
It's growing.
I have to go to 80 some odd rows, and I'm on like 66.
Not bad.
Which I think I forgot to click it a couple of times, so I might be ahead of that. So, like, as I get closer to 80, I'm going to count the stitches, because she has the stitch count on there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that looks really cool.
It's beautiful. It reminds me of Monet's lilies.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
No, it is called Flow. So, watery.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is Space Cadet yarn. The Celeste fingering weight yarn in the colorway flow.
Cool.
So that's what I'm using.
Um,
That's all that I'm working on, though.
I bought this pattern post-grad.
I like that pattern.
Yeah, I had been searching for a sweater pattern to use my giant fractal mashup stuff
From
that I spent a year and a half ago, like in the summer. Here's a half of it. Ooh.
Wow. Holy wow.
So I have 2 more of these each, or like 1 more each. I have 4 total. It was the spin where I took a whole year's worth of the Pancake and Lulu Fiber Club, and I divided it into dark and light, and then I did a true 3-ply out of it. So this is going to be the body part, and then this is like the other part. So I caked that up, and I'm going to start it. I don't know if I'll finish in a month or not. Probably not, but I'm going to try.
But you're a fascinator.
And it's basic. Like, it's top down, and it's just knitting. You know, it's not cables or lace or anything fancy. So we'll see. And I'm going to a crafters retreat this weekend, so I'm going to have like 4 days of like nonstop time. So I thought this would be a good time to do it. So I caked that all up. I haven't started it yet, but I plan to. I'm excited for it though.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So where did you find that pattern? Well, obviously on Ravelry.
Ravelry. It's an Alicia Plummer design. Post-grad, did I say that? You can find it on Ravelry. I was just searching for like worsted weight sweaters, and that used 2 different colors, and that's what I found, and I liked it. It's going to be a little different because mine's going to stripe a little more because it's like fractal, so whatever. But I'm hoping it'll turn out cool. And has pockets, which I like. I like pockets. So yeah, I'm excited to start that. And that's all.
Sweet. I should probably finish the sweaters that I've started like years ago.
You spin me right round?
Yes, I spun and finished. This is my Moon Rover yarn.
Beautimous.
So I spun it and then I did a Navajo
ply. That same colorway.
Well, it was a club colorway.
Maybe not, but it's super similar.
This was a superwash merino. I think it had silk in it or something.
Yeah.
But I spun it, and it's like almost like a rainbow. So it started out with like a red, and then like a burnt sienna orange, and then like a pale yellow, and then a light green, and then a light blue, and then a dark blue, and then a black, and then like a white cream color.
Yeah, I think I have that same color braid. It's like hanging up over there, which is really funny.
So this is what it turned out to be. Now, it's probably worsted weight, maybe a little heavier. Sure. But it's a 3-ply, so, and it's super soft, and I got 202 yards.
Nice.
So, it would probably make a good hat, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's soft. I actually really don't like the colors. Like, it's cool how they turned out, but remember, this was like a club colorway, and I didn't like them, so, but anyways, I did that, and I stayed up late,
to finish it.
Halloween night to finish, and turn it in.
That's dedication.
Yeah, well, I was like this much, the day before Halloween, I had finished spinning it, and then I just had to ply it, so I just plied when we sat down on Halloween.
That's cool.
So.
I finished a few things. This is
Ooh, that's pretty.
my Rolex, the Deep in the Forest Rolex that I did.
That's awesome.
It's so sparkly and soft and squishy, and I love it. It's a 2-ply. I got 547 yards out of this.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it took me almost a whole year to make this stupid thing.
Well, you did it on a spindle.
I know. But it was fun, and I'm glad I did, and I think I want to make a shawl out of it.
Pretty.
It's pretty fine, obviously, with the, only 4 ounces and having 547 yards. It's a good amount of yardage.
Yeah.
But yeah, all spun on my mini spindle and then applied on the standard. Yeah. I like it. Deep in the Forest. Did I say that? Rolex. Yeah, so it had... Alright, sorry about that. So yeah, my Rolex spun, blah, blah, blah. Yay. Happy. Sorry. No, I really am. I'm happy with it. I think it turned out really great.
Yeah.
I like them. It's shiny and soft and green.
I like it too.
I just have to find a good pattern for it. Okay, next up.
Ooh, I like that one too.
Yes. This one is Corgi Hill Farms. It's Polworth, 5 ounces. I just spun it quick and fast, which is what I did with the rest of these ones. And 303 yards. So it's really, probably bulky. Aaron, maybe.
Yeah, that's nice.
Blues and greens. I'm thinking maybe Gabe or Truby needs a new hat or mittens or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, with 300 yards.
Or both.
Yeah, maybe if it's for Truby.
Yeah, he actually likes it because it's green. Well, green and blue, but actually it probably matches coat perfectly. He has green and blue coat. But yeah, so I like it. Then I did this. First I did this one. I was spinning this most of the month. Not really.
Yeah, no, because you talked about it a couple of podcasts.
So I got 227 yards out of this. I was plying it last week.
Yeah,
which
it looks really good.
I'm not super happy with it. This one's also quite squishy and bulky. What is the fiber? Superwash Merino. So as you can see on this end, like the colors line up. Look, there's yellow and orange, and then the dark, and the red, and then it goes like all barbapole-y.
I like barbapole.
I know, so. But I wish I would have just did the whole darn thing that way.
But that would make a really cool, if you were knitting a sweater, the yoke, start with the barbapoling, and then it goes to the solid, and then, have one of the solid colors, be for the rest of the sweater.
I suppose, but who wants a yellow sweater?
But, I mean, it doesn't have to be yellow, it could be, I don't know.
No, I hear what you're saying. But it's super soft and squishy. I do like that. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, though.
If you wore a yellow sweater, you would look like Snow White. Remember when you were, little, you would always dress up as Snow White for Halloween?
Yes.
Because your hair was, super straight, and you were, super white, and...
I still am.
had short hair. It was, in a bob. You dressed up, I think it was, at least 3 years you dressed up as Snow White.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to our scheduled programming.
Maybe if someone likes this, I'll give it to him. I don't know.
You could give it to the workout.
Yeah, but not everyone likes yellow. It might not be a prize if someone gets it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People need to like it.
I think people like it.
Let me know. Anyways, okay, and then I spun up a bat from Blue Mountain Handcrafts that I've had
Pink.
Years. Yeah, it's like pink and purple.
That's totally you. You like pink.
No, I don't.
I thought you liked purple or pink.
I like orange.
Ugh.
We go through this like almost every
I
podcast.
know. I think it was Mom who liked purple.
Mom did like purple. This one was called "Put Your Big Girl Pants On," which
I like the name of
I
that.
thought was awesome. So I handed it in for the I can't even say it. The spiders class.
Oh.
Acumentula, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I had to put my big girl pants on to deal with the spiders. I thought it was funny.
That is funny.
Anyways, so this one, is sparkly and has all sorts of stuff in it. But yeah, it's cool. It's squishy. There's alpaca in it, I believe. Yeah, so it's a little fuzzy. But yeah, lots of sparkle and stuff. What was I going to say about it? Oh, so it was a bat. I took it and I opened it up and then I rolled it on itself. So it was a big, long roll log or whatever. And then I drafted it out lengthwise. So it was like a huge, big thing and I drafted it out that way. And then I spun it. So that was kind of fun. That was the first time I did that with a bat. But yeah, so fun stuff. I might make something for Leah out of it. She likes purple.
Yes.
And that's it. Well, I did start another spin yesterday. It's just some merino that I dyed a while ago.
Awesome.
It's like blues and greens and whites.
What did you name it?
No,
or you just dyed
it? When I had a dye day with Lauren, I just dyed up a bunch of different braids and never named them. So anyways, so I'm spinning that. That could also be for one of the boys. I believe it's just merino though, not superwash. But yeah.
That's cool.
I'm not getting up to show you though.
Okay. So, sewing, I cut up a bunch of fabric that I ran out of interfacing. So I took that as a sign as I need to start sewing, but I haven't actually started sewing. I'm just on the cutout phase, if that makes sense, and the ironing phase, like, yeah. But I pay Madison to iron for me, so
that's nice.
I pay her per bag. Yeah, that's all.
That's
so
nice.
Cardio or gym. The cardio challenge starts next week.
I'm excited for it. I need the kick in the pants.
So. I think other people are too. So we'll just go over it again. You can donate if you want. And if you do, that's awesome because then more people will get prizes. My prize that I'm donating is a bucket bag from the Weasley Sisters fabric. And I can kind of reach it, so I'm going to see if I can get it.
Awesome. I'm going to pick out some handspun, I think.
Oh, I just messed up my beautiful stacked fabric. It's all over the floor. Anyway, so this is what it's going to be like.
It's adorable.
I'll have to get inside fabric for it. I don't have anything to match it, so I'll find something fun to match and make either a bucket or a sock box, whichever you decide.
Cool.
That's what the prize is for me. Jessica's going to do hand spun. So the rules are you have to work out 30 minutes, do 30 minutes of cardio 3 times a week. For 6 weeks is what we're doing. You can do more if you want, like if you're already a cardio person and you just want to join in for fun, or for prizes. You can do more. You just have to take photographic evidence. What that means is take a picture of your, like, the screen of your bike or whatever treadmill after you're done. Take a picture as you're, like, walking, if you're outside walking. You can do the Map My Run. Like, if you do the Map My Run, you can take a picture of a screenshot of the route, a picture of your pedometer before and after your cardio, because it's a specific 30 minutes, not just your whole day of walking, if that makes sense. Anything. Photographic evidence is what I'm talking about. You get bonus points if it's cardio knitting. And if you're going to take a picture, you might as well post it on Instagram and use the hashtag TWSP Cardio Challenge 2016. So then we're going to have weekly check-ins with photographic evidence, which is why we were doing the photographic evidence. Also because I like Instagram.
We like pictures.
Yeah. Plus, because if you're, like, working out and you take a picture and hashtag it, it's going to, like, encourage me, at least, to actually work out.
Yes. Inspire other people.
I need your help. And, yes. So that is what we're going to do. And then we're officially starting on the 7th, which is next week. And it's going to go through December 18th. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I made a picture if you want to grab it and use it. I totally forgot to post about it on Instagram last week. I also, like, did all the stuff for our podcast last week, and I forgot to, like, post it for a day or two, so I am really forgetful. But anyways, cardio challenge, join us. You know you want to.
Yep.
So
so I'm excited about that. I found out, or not found out, but, like, just walking around trick-or-treating, I'm like, I need to at least walk more because, so I'm excited about it. And who doesn't like prizes? And other people helping you be accountable.
Yes. And who doesn't like prizes? That's the big thing. Okay, so we've already had a couple of people say they were joining us, so get in now while you still can.
Totally.
So, next up, binging. I actually have not been... Oh, I have been. I've been binging on Gilmore Girls because the new one's coming out.
I know, I saw that, and it's so exciting.
And it's, like, right after Thanksgiving.
I'm excited.
So I definitely know what I'm doing after that. But I want to be caught up, so I have, like, a ton of seasons to go through. This, however, is not helping my sewing at all, or my reading at all.
Can you set up your computer to watch it while you're sewing?
I can, but it's, like, too loud, and you can't... The sewing machine is loud, and it's hard to... I could do it. I can. I mean, the sewing machine...
wireless headphones.
Yeah,
you plug into your thing.
I should look into that, though. And, yeah. So, yeah. That's Gilmore Girls and Timeless and The Voice. We also binge-watched a bunch of Halloween movies. I love this time of year because I like scary movies. But I have kids, and Bella is very afraid of things. So the scary movies were not an option. So we watched things like R.L. Stein's Mostly Ghostly, Hocus Pocus, which I do like Hocus Pocus.
We watched that.
But, we watched The Cabinet of Souls, those, like, cheesy kid movies. But also creepy because they're R.L. Stein, so, It was fun, though. And, like, while they were at school, I tried to catch as much of the Sci-Fi Channel as I could because they show, like, the good scary movies. So, yeah.
That's funny. Are you caught up on The Walking Dead?
Yes.
Should we...
I knew... Okay.
Spoiler!
I don't have my...
Spoilers!
I don't have my okay paper today.
I can maybe write one. If you don't want to hear about The Walking Dead, fast forward until you see my sign that says okay when I write okay on it.
So, it is not okay. You can fast forward now. You've been warned. If you didn't fast forward, I'm sorry, you're going to get spoiled. Okay. So, I told Andy before it started, I said, after last week, they're going to have something not as crazy. So, it's going to be Morgan and Carol.
Right.
I knew it. And then it started. And can I just say, I love, what's that guy's name?
Ezekiel?
I love him. No, his little buddy, his guard.
Jerry?
Yes, I love Jerry. I was like cracking up.
Deuces, peace out, or something like hilarious.
I know, I was laughing so hard. I was like, he is like what we needed. We totally needed that.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't know anything about this because I haven't read the comics. Joe had knew about it, but he didn't say anything to me.
I didn't because I'm not that far in the comics.
So Morgan's bringing her in to go meet Ezekiel, King Ezekiel in the kingdom. All that, I'm just watching it. What the heck is going on? It's like La La Land over there.
I was like,
and
is that
Carol's
a tiger?
face is hilarious. She's just like, are you serious? Yeah, a freaking tiger.
Yeah,
so
that was
funny. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, and I also liked because I liked when Ezekiel talked to her and told her because she knew he was BSing like crazy. I liked when he talked to her and then was like, maybe you could leave but not leave. I really liked that because she totally needed to hear that because she's all about
she needs her own space. I think she needs to just work through some of her issues by herself.
Yeah. Yeah. Andy was talking why is she like that? Doesn't she know she needs people? I'm like, that's because she was in an abusive relationship and then the end of the world happened.
And she started killing people and not just walkers, but she killed people. She had a list.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it was hitting her hard.
Yeah, and I think she has to deal with that, because and he was just like, well, doesn't she know she can get help? And I was like, she thinks she's not worth it because she was in such an abusive relationship.
Yeah,
so
crazy. But yeah, King Ezekiel is totally awesome. I want a pet tiger. I've said I wanted a pet tiger for years. Tigers are my favorite animal, if you didn't know. So Shiva needs to come to my house.
And I told Andy, I'm like, what happens when she goes zombie and tries to eat them all? They're dead.
I don't know. Yeah. I was a little I don't know if I was mad, but I was like, really? They're giving this guy's backstory already? But I guess it's okay. I wasn't too sure about that. That's the first person that you hear everything about him right there. Boop.
Well, I think too they know you needed something good, kind of. Not just that, but because how many people have they met that they thought were awesome and they're just totally horrible?
Right. He's a zookeeper. It's great.
Yeah. I thought it was cool. Yeah. But, I was when they were doing the stuff with the pigs and having to eat walkers, I was like, what the heck? That's gross. I hope they're not feeding that to them. And then I was like, oh, Andy was like, I think they're probably going to give them to Negan's people. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that.
That is so smart. Yeah, so that's exciting. Though I am very worried about everyone else. And I want to see them. But that's how The Walking Dead rolls. They
freak you out, and then
and they take an episode for a little group here and there, so I'm sure we'll see. I think it's Daryl next week. I saw the previews.
Oh, I love Daryl.
And then probably the week after that will be Rick and everyone.
So, funny story, talking about Daryl. A friend of mine, she's on my team for Jamboree, she went to Universal Studios this past week. The best week ever to go to Universal Studios over Halloween. Anyways, so they were driving and they were at the Georgia border. So they went into the Georgia Welcome Center and she's like, there's a big cutout of Daryl in the middle of the Georgia Welcome Center. And I was like, that's kind of awesome because, they taped The Walking Dead there in Georgia, but they just have a big cutout, cardboard cutout of Daryl in the middle of the welcome center. I'm like, that's kind of awesome. I would have totally taken like a million selfies with it, but it would have been cooler if it was actually him. So anyways, okay, we could go on and tell people it's okay to come back.
Oh shoot, my thing just froze. Let me unfreeze.
Are you frozen?
I'm still frozen.
I can see you.
I cannot. I mean, I can see you, but you're frozen. So, well, I don't know what they do, but.
You're not back. Hearing.
Look, okay.
Okay.
We're done.
So it's okay. We're done spoiling it and talking. Randomness.
Yeah. Well, I've been binging on Mercy Thompson.
Oh yeah,
series. Which I'm going through, and all the little stories in between, which is fun.
Like chronological order.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Yes. There's like on Patricia. I am not doing words today. Well, on her site, Patricia Briggs, you can click. There's like a link or a page where it has like the chronological order of all the Mercy Thompson and Alpha and Omega, and then she has some short stories that were in a different book. Anyways, but it has like the order of them all chronologically that you can listen to them or read them in or whatever. So that's what I'm doing, and it's fun.
I think it's fun to read through them because I did that a couple of months ago. In that order, because you get like, it's really cool to read them that way.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
Now we're at randomness.
Yes.
So Halloween, we didn't actually go trick-or-treating on Halloween. We did trunk-or-treating the night before because it was a Monday night. Not because it was a Monday night, because our church had a trunk-or-treat that. So I obviously knit the Gru scarf, and I was looking for, let's see if I could get that. So this is our costumes. Bella's a minion, Madison's Margot, and I'm Dr. Nefario and Andy's Gru. And he borrowed that mask from a friend. And we were going to do it outside, as most trunk-or-treats are, but it was, like, raining. And so they moved us all into the gym, like, and around the hallways. So it was a lot of fun. So, like, our trunk, we were just going to put up these tablecloths with eyes and make it our car like a minion and then hand out candy that way. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like really hot. Like I had those gloves and I was like sweating. Like halfway through I had to take them off. I was so hot. And I just so happened to go to Five Below and find the red and yellow plaid leggings. So I had bought them for $5. It was awesome because I had been looking everywhere. I was just going to wear my plaid stuff, but this was awesome.
No, you look pretty awesome. I was jealous. I want to do a group dressing up thing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I think the kids had fun. Like Bella went around with one of her friends and trick-or-treated, and then Madison hung out with us. All emo-like, and
I was gonna say her faces in your pictures are so funny because she's just like.
Anyways, but she was Margot. Like she wanted to be the Box of Shame, and then she didn't make her costume, and she didn't make her costume, and she didn't make her costume, and then finally I was like, Madison, can you apply yourself and participate in this? And then we went to Goodwill and found that skirt like perfect for it, and so then she did that, but she was like all kind of grouchy or whatever.
That's funny.
And so I was just like, seriously? But it was a lot of fun. And you'd be surprised how many kids were afraid of Andy with the mask on. Like,
masks are scary.
They wouldn't even walk by him. And I laughed so hard. And then there was a bunch of people who were like, who's that?
Despicable Me people. Come on now.
I know. And I question their parenting if they don't. Um, but no, so it was a lot of fun. But we didn't do trick-or-treating because people don't really come to our house for whatever reason normally. So I was like, I'm not even going to bother. So we just watched The Voice.
Oh, that's cool. We went trick-or-treating. I have a picture.
Oh yeah, I like that picture.
Joe dressed up as Indiana Jones last minute. Yeah. Like, he threw some stuff together. And then I have single pictures of the kids, which, well, here's Jude. Lauren made him a beard hat. He was just a little lumberjack. It was cute.
That is cute.
Truman was a police officer. And he
That's so funny.
Me up. Like, I was. And Leah was a little cowgirl.
Yeah, that's cute.
And then Chloe was a witch. She made me paint her face.
That's
and
funny.
Then I didn't take a picture. Gabe had this mask that he bought, which, whatever. He was very, like, teenage angsty about picking a costume for weeks. Yeah. So then he finally, we took him to Goodwill. That's where they all got their stuff from. And he picked that out. I was like, whatever. So, like, 3 houses in, he's like, I can't breathe. It's too hot with the mask on. Meh. And I'm like, oh, my soul. So, like, we went around, and he would take it off and put it on, and take it off and put it on, like, between houses and walking. And, like, then, like, an hour into it, we stopped at home, because it was getting a little chillier, so they had to, like, bundle up a little more. But, like, I took it off, and then we had some face paint, so I just painted his face white and did, like, black on his eyes. So he didn't have to wear that. But I didn't take a picture of that. Not that it was cool or anything, but...
That's funny, though, like, yeah.
Yeah, real cool. But I was just like,
no,
next time, plan a little better.
Yeah. Well, I used to buy the costumes. Now, this is me. I don't know if it's me being lazy or practical, whatever. You can call it whatever you want. I call it being practical. But anyways, I used to buy the costumes and stuff from, like, Walmart. You pay, like, $25-$30 for them, and they rip before the night is over. So finally, I was, like, telling the kids, I was like, and I remember when we were younger, we would just dress up with what we have or go to Goodwill. And, like, our Goodwill has... both of the Goodwills, because there's 2 around us, have really good selections of costumes that you could pick, or, you know, you could just pick clothes and make a costume.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, I was just like, I'm not buying these crappy costumes anymore and paying that much money for crap when you know Halloween's coming every year. I taught you how to sew. You can sew your own. Or you can go to Goodwill and make your own. And, like, buy one used or make your own from whatever.
Yeah, piece things together.
Yeah, so I've made the girls do that themselves. So, like, and Madison, like, even for her birthday a couple years ago, we gave her, like, patterns for cosplay, like, because she wants to do that. Like, she says she wants to do it, but she's never actually done it for, like, the Sci-Fi Valley Con that they have around here. And so, like, I bought her, like, patterns so she could just, like, sew the things. And she just never does it. And then, like, the week before Halloween, she's all like, oh, blah, 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 I want to buy this, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, seriously, I gave you patterns. Like, you have them. You have the tools. We can go and get fabric or whatever. But, anyways. So she was all like, meh, meh, meh. And I was like, whatever.
I hear you. That, I know, we didn't always buy them, but, like, I had a couple times. But, yeah, they just get wrecked, and it's not worth it. So for the past couple years, we've just gone to Goodwill and, like, done whatever.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So, yeah. That was fun. I said, like, I'm going to Crafters Retreat.
Well, that's awesome.
I know. But I decided,
my church did that.
like, a week before, or last week, Joe was like, hey, I have off. Are you going to go? And I was like, yes.
Can I? Yes.
So it's been some last minute stuff, just packing and, getting stuff together and whatnot. It's kind of been crazy. I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 9, so that's why we're podcasting a day early.
So it's Thursday through
Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It is.
My church needs to do that.
And so Lauren and Trevor and Jude went trick-or-treating with us, right? So I was saying how I was going to go, and she's like, because I had asked her or told her about it months ago, because she had said last year when I went that she wanted to do one. And her sister was supposed to be in town this weekend, so she couldn't go. But then plans change, and her sister's not coming, so she's like, I'm gonna see if I can go. So like she's been working on getting babysitters for Jude, so she's coming. So it's very last minute, like
fun.
Yeah, doing stuff. So we're gonna drive up tomorrow morning. I'm excited. I still have to finish packing. I'm going to work on that sweater, and I'm bringing my wheel, and I've just grabbed a few different braids that I'll probably just spin and do whatever with. But it's so nice. Like, you go up there, and you just craft away, and they, like, make food for you, and you go eat, and then they say, okay, go back and craft, and you do that, and they're like, oh, hey, it's lunchtime, and then, oh, it's dinner time, like, and you just leave your stuff all out. It's fabulous. It's lovely. I love it.
That sounds fabulous.
It is. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've been up there. Last year, I think. But yeah.
I don't know what I was going to say. Never mind. I have on my list that I need to make caramel apples and candy apples. Like, I bought special apples for making that, and I bought at Aldi, they had caramels, but instead of them being wrapped, like you normally have to unwrap the squares, they're like little balls already unwrapped.
This year. But we didn't do caramel apples. I always hate that because the kids never eat them all, and then like you have like half a apple with like caramel eaten off it.
Oh,
so what we did is I cut up all the apples into chunks and put them in a bowl, and then heated up the caramel and drizzled it over and ate it with a fork or a spoon.
That's smart.
It was good. But yeah.
But I want to make candy ones because I personally like the hard candy ones.
Those are good. That reminds me of our childhood.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because when we went to the fair, we got them and they were like gross apples and not good. And way too expensive.
They are pricey.
So that's what I'm planning on doing. I might do that tonight. But I might not. I might just sew. Because Indie Knitting spins in 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Gotta get ready for it.
But anyway.
Cool.
That's all that's happening in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, I think
so.
I'm done too.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.